Morning Year 5s, it's our English video today. I'm trying to make sure my voice doesn't go all droney. I feel like I sound tired this morning. I'll do now first. So, phrases and clauses. End the sentence with a subordinate clause. I turn swiftly on my heels. Different to this week, where the subordinate clause has been in the sentence. Now I want you to create your own at the end. So don't forget, a white bus. Any of those subordinate conjunctions would work. I turn swiftly on my heels because. I turn swiftly on my heels as. I turn swiftly on my heels since. Choose a subordinate conjunction and finish the sentence off, basically. What's the relative clause? He was tired from the journey that took over a year. Now, some of you might look at that and go, "Ooh, hang on, there's no commas in there." Don't forget, relative clause can be at the end of a sentence. Relative clauses with two commas are embedded clauses that are relative clauses. Okay, it's where it starts to get just a little bit in the air. So the relative clause in this, that took over a year. Because that, you could embed into the sentence. You could say, he was tired from the journey that took over a year and was looking for some shelter. Okay, so the relative clause is that took over a year because that's the relative pronoun. It's talking about the journey. It's just not embedded in the sentence. So, a little bit of a trick one, trapping children, as I like to do in class. Well, the dashes go for this parenthesis. If I ever, and I doubt it, reach the top, I will scream with pride. I think this is hard unless you know where to change your voice, because parenthesis, you change how you read it, don't you? There should be dashes after ever, and then after it, because you can read it without it. If I ever reach the top, I will scream with pride. If I ever, and I doubt it, reach the top, I will scream with pride. Well done if you got that. Correct the punctuation. The robin's nest was really coming along. Now, you might put an apostrophe before the S. You might put the apostrophe after the S. I'm going to allow either, because it's not clear whether I'm talking about one or more robins, which is why the apostrophe is so important. Technically, I would put the apostrophe after the S because there are two robins making their nests. But I will allow you to have just one because it could be a robin making the nest. But they do tend to make them in pairs. So there should be an apostrophe in there. But I will allow singular or plural possessive in that. You shouldn't have done that, mumbled Dave. So, Dave's speaking here, so you need your speech marks at the start, after that, and you also need a comma to finish the sentence off. So remember, if you've got your speech first in the sentence, you need your comma to show that it's not the end of the sentence. You also need an apostrophe and shouldn't. It was only Monday, but Mildred had already lost her mother's pink, blue and yellow umbrella. So, it was only Monday, comma, but, because we've got our coordinate conjunction, Mildred had already lost her mother's, apostrophe S, because it belongs to her mother, pink, comma, blue and yellow umbrella, because you're listing some colours there. So there's a couple of all basic Year 5 punctuation in that last one, by the way. So, that should be sorted. That's all basic Year 5 punctuation in there. Commas for list, singular possessive apostrophe, comma for our coordinate conjunction. Homophones and spellings. Oh, I know that these three words get us. So, even though their mum, so it's their mum, so it should be the middle one, had told them not to, they're still going to go. They are still going to go. Well done if you got that. These ones, let's see if you got these today. So, the anagrams. Countdown conundrums, if you've ever watched Countdown. That top one is document, and I think this bottom one from me today is really mean. It's debris. The S is silent at the end. So you've got document and debris. Apologies for that last one. I think that one's really mean. Very well done if you got that. Right, just a bit of a chat about our actual task for Friday. I'm going to make it bigger there. Look, ooh, can you see? Can't quite see that bit. There you go. So, a couple of you have emailed me yesterday, your newspapers, and I'll reply to you today after I've done this video. That was your first draft. What I'm really pushing for is the standard that you would see in class. And I know it's really hard, guys, with your writing, when you're not surrounded by everyone else, you're not hearing everyone else's ideas, and I'm not in your ear just reminding you and poking you to remember the little things. But you've got to show your natural writing ability, not only to me, but you've got people at your house now that are looking over your shoulder seeing what you do, okay? So, if you've got a draft, or if you've sent your work to me, I want you to have a look at it now, and this is what you need to concentrate on. Have you got your commas for your coordinating conjunctions? I've read a few that have gone, and but this happened, and this happened, but this happened, and this happened. Think about your sentence lengths. Think about your cohesion. Have you got your commas? Where does your sentence end? Commas front adverbials and subordinate clause openers. There should be some of those. Interesting ways to open your sentences. Think about different ways to open your sentences. Capital S and full stops should not be on this list, and I've put that in brackets there. I'm putting it on, but it should not be on. Okay, so check your capital S and full stops especially. I think some of us are getting carried away with our writing, and we're just going... Stop, slow down. Where does your sentence finish? Where does your next sentence start? Speech marks, reporter speech. Now, obviously, that's the bit that I don't mind if isn't quite accurate. We haven't looked a lot at this. If you're putting in what somebody said, they've talked to you, they've spoken, so use speech marks. But really, those top three should be absolutely solid by everybody in year 5. Okay, that's the one that you look at the waggle, and you can work out how to do it. And like I've said, if you're unsure, look at the waggle. Once you're happy, best write it. I want an absolute best write. If you send it to me, and it's to the standard I know you can write, I'll send it off to Mr. P. Okay, it might appear on the assembly. You might get a head teacher's award. If I get some really good ones, I'll post them on the blog. But they've got to be to a high standard year 5s. I'm not just going to post them because you've done it, because that's not the point. It's got to be to the standard that I know you personally can do. Because you've got even more of an audience. You've got everyone at home reading your newspaper report. When you're doing your best write, if you've got a computer to work on, if you search newspaper into Word, you've got a template will come up. If not, use your home learning book, draw a few boxes, and you can use those images and just write your newspaper report like that. And like I said, I can email it to Mr. P, so if you want to share your work today, feel free. But I am going to stress, I want it to be of your year 5 high standard. Okay? So, I look forward to reading them. And really go for that high standard, guys. Okay? So, good luck with that. Enjoy. And I hope you've had fun with your newspaper report in general, interviewing people. All right? So, I look forward to reading them.